that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh.
Good morning, I'm Orchid Solang, and this is your news to 10:30. All BC Wildfire Service workers have joined the public sector strike. Employees of the BC Wildfire Service and Provincial Ministry of Forests walked off the job this morning. The latest escalation brings the total number of workers taking job action to over 25,000 across 550 work sites. The BC General Employees Union announced Friday that its bargaining committee had agreed to non-binding talks with the province. A motion to create a city-run corporation to build thousands of rental homes in Vancouver has failed to pass. The proposal aimed to develop about 4,000 rental units across 6 sites. City officials say the proposal received 7 votes in favor and 4 against, but with its significant financial matters, the plan required a 2/3 majority to pass. Mayor Ken Sim called it a once-in-a-generation opportunity to boost affordability for middle-income residents. The director of the Vancouver Housing Development Office, Brad Foster, told council that the plan would also generate significant annual revenue for the city. Sim expressed his frustration on social media, saying, "Unfortunately, politics come into play." The Mines Ministry says the government of BC has issued a permit for magnesium near the Kootenay community of Rossland. Permits related to water management and the use of local roads are still required. The ministry says it worked with the community and the mining industry to ensure transparency of permits, including the consideration of public feedback. They say that a rigorous review of the project was conducted, with the Mine Development Review Committee, local government reps, First Nations, and mining experts giving recommendations to the province. BC livestock investigators are investigating the poaching of a baby cow near Merritt after recent reports of 2 other cow poaching incidents. The incident happened on the weekend of September 26th. Police say officers went to the scene on Brookmere Road and found a substantial amount of evidence, but the investigation is still ongoing. The 2 other instances of cattle being shot and poached were reported in the Quesnel and Hickson areas. Anyone with information related to these incidents are asked to contact the RCMP. In international news, a man has been arrested after breaching security outside the White House. AP correspondent Mike Hempton has more.
A man is in custody after driving his car into a White House security gate. The Secret Service says the man crashed into a gate near an entrance to the White House just after 10:30 Tuesday night. He was immediately arrested. Investigators searched his car and found it to be safe. Authorities have not provided any additional information about the crash, the driver's identity, or a possible motive. Mike Hempton, Washington.
U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Israel President Netanyahu meet this morning to push Gaza's ceasefire agreement forward. Vance sought to publicly ease concerns within Israel about the Trump administration dictating terms to its closest ally in the region. Vance and Netanyahu expressed sentiments that the 2 countries were allies and partners. Vance acknowledged that the road to a long-term peace will be difficult, but is remaining optimistic. The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, will meet with Netanyahu in Israel on Friday. More in Gaza, the International Court of Justice says Israel must allow the UN to aid agency in Gaza. AP correspondent Charles De Ledesma has more on how the aid will provide humanitarian assistance to Palestine.
The UN aid agency in Gaza, UNRWA, has been effectively banned from the territory since January. The agency was the main provider of aid into Gaza. The World Bank's president said on Wednesday that Israel is under the obligation to agree to and facilitate relief schemes provided by the UN and its entities, which includes UNRWA. Israel for some time has denied it has violated international law. The country says the court's proceedings are biased and Israel didn't attend hearings in April. The advisory opinion comes as a fragile US-brokered Gaza ceasefire agreement continues to hold. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The director of the Louvre Museum, Lawrence Descartes, has acknowledged a, quote, terrible failure at the Paris Monument after the crown jewel heist. In testimony to the French Senate this morning, she said that the museum has had a damaging shortage of security cameras, as well as other weaknesses exposed by Sunday's theft. She testified to the Senate committee that she submitted her resignation, but the culture minister refused to accept it. That was your news to 10:30. Thanks for tuning in.
It's your career, your vision, your goal. Navigate it your way. Flexible learning is designed for you. Learn a new skill or earn a degree at your own pace. BCIT, flexible learning for a complex world.